Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today's drawing is the Christmas theme that I was saying in my last video that I was going to do. So I drew Glastrier, but it's a horse-drawn carriage driven by none other than our ghouly friend Dampy the Gravekeeper from the Legend of Zelda games. This art style in particular I took from the Link's Awakening remake. I love the way that they designed the character. I think he looks so cool. His face is just chef's kiss. Love it. And then in the back of the carriage, you've got a couple little presents. I drew a fairy bottle, a Christmas tree. I did try to add some more Pokemon stuff to it as well, like as a nod to Glastrier being a Pokemon. So in the bridle, I drew Pokeballs and the spokes of the wheels Pokeballs, and I also added Pokeballs to the wreath going across the horse's back. I love how the piece turned out. I took a couple of artistic liberties with the Pokemon itself, so I made his legs a little shorter and stockier, and I made his body not as elongated, so a little shorter there too. But overall, I think he turned out like I love it. I am so proud. It took about like from start to finish maybe 4 hours. Most of the drawing portion, like the drawing and the line art, was done yesterday in the middle of the night because I was watching Zero's live stream on his channel, his Twitch channel. And the coloring part was done today during the day, so there is some lighting differences. From the beginning of the video is a little bit more dim versus the last half of the video. It's a lot brighter because I had that sunlight coming in the window and it looked much better. I did cut out like the entire actual sketching part because it was dim, it was dark, and you could hardly see the pencil sketches on the pages anyways. I mean, like, I recorded it, but when I was editing the video, I was like, oh yeah, you could barely even see that. So I just cut that whole chunk out. So really, I just started it with the line art all the way through to the coloring portion. So there's that. Anyways, I was like so excited watching Zero finish the Shadow Temple. If he finally got there, like it was so fun. And then the next temple will be the Spirit Temple, and I was like, oh man, that's like a whole live stream itself, dude. And he was like, yeah, and it was like pretty late, so. um Anyway, I'm excited to eventually upgrade our Switch Up membership. I said Switch Up. Switch Up is a YouTube channel. I am excited to upgrade our Nintendo Switch membership to the full package, the family pack. And when we do that and unlock all of those fun N64 games, I'm going to be gaming. Like, y'all might not see me for a little while because your girl's going to be living her childhood dreams. Living in that nostalgic past. And like introducing my children to what I grew up with. I'm so excited. But it's coming. Like, it may not be this month, it may not be next month. It might actually end up being tax return season when I get to do it, but that is okay. You know, patience is a virtue. Like, all good things come to those who wait. Wise words, right? So, yeah, I'm excited. And there's some games on there that I've never even played before. Like, I never played Star Fox. Now, I know they've got the Star Fox games on the was it the NES or the SNES? One of those two that are on the Nintendo membership right now. But, I tried it. I didn't really like it. It just wasn't for me. Now, I don't know if the N64 Star Fox plays the same, but I'll try anything once, you know, even if I don't like it, like at least I can say I tried it. But there was another game on there that had me curious, and it was that like Japanese one. God, I can't remember the name of it, but I want to try that game too because it supposedly it was never released in America. You know, it was only like a Japanese like exclusive game. So hey, I would try that too. But overall, I'm mostly excited for obviously the Zelda games, the Mario games and stuff. So like that's just like well, I guess speaking of Mario, I never played Mario Tennis. So there's something new that I know for sure I'm probably going to like. My husband was like, I can't believe you never played Mario Tennis. And I was like, well, we didn't have all the games. We had quite a few, but that we didn't have that one. And we also didn't have any of the Mario Golf games either. We played like Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart and Mario Party. And as far as Mario Party goes, Mario Party 3 was my favorite Mario Party. Like Daisy, that was when they introduced Daisy and Waluigi. But Daisy and Wario are my two favorite characters in the Mario series. And Birdo. I like Birdo from the second game. And then they added Birdo to some of the new 3D stuff. So I love it. I love it. Fun fact. I don't think Birdo's supposed to be a girl. I think Birdo is like genderless. When I found that out, like my friend Angus was telling me about it, and I was like, "Stop it! Birdo's a girl." And he was like, "No, Birdo doesn't have a gender." And I was like, "Shut up! I don't even care. Birdo's got a bow on her head. She's a girl to me. That's all that matters." Like she spits eggs out of her mouth. Boys don't lay eggs. but I guess like realistically nobody be spitting eggs out of their mouth anyways. But Birdo. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Hold on. Ooh, okay, I'm back. Your girl had to blow her nose. Look, I don't know what it is about this winter, but my allergies have been kicking my butt these last like 2 months. Oh my gosh. See, normally my allergies act up in the spring and in the fall, sometime in the late summer, early fall. Never in my life have I had like winter allergies, but it is kicking me right in the face. And I'm tired of it. And I know it's not just me. My boss, she's never really had allergies in the winter either, and hers have been kicking her in the butt too. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I know exactly what you're feeling. So whatever's in the air can blow on, because I'm not loving it. Like ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm done. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no. Oh, okay. I had a wonderful surprise today. So one of my good friends, her name's Aubrey, she came to visit me, and they live like 4.5 hours away, and I haven't seen her in, gosh, 2 years at least. Or maybe it's been a year, I don't know, but time flies, right? So they were like traveling through, and they stopped by, and I was like, oh my gosh, I missed you so much. I have to tell you guys about Aubrey, okay? So, back in 2014, like, I got the job at the newspaper where I work as a graphic artist, and I met her husband, Sam, and he was a photographer at the time for the Paris News, and they ended up going on, so he got another job working at a college as a photographer slash IT guy, and then like now they just have this super cool life away from janky old Paris. I mean, Paris isn't that janky. Like, we've got some fun stuff. Everyone wants to say it's boring. It's really not that boring, but like I am the type that after living here for as long as I have, like, I am ready for a change of scenery, don't get me wrong. I am ready to move on to greener pastures and see new sights. But that's just my personality. My husband's not like that. he'd rather stay here till he's in the grave. So we're just total opposites. But like, I want to like, I don't know, go to Fiji or something. But anyway, back to Aubrey. So anyway, I met them, and they were having trouble having a child, and they had tried to have a child, and he ended up unfortunately passing away like 3 days after being born premature, and it was like a whole ordeal. It was really sad. So they were looking for a surrogate, and so Sam was asking me if I wanted to be their surrogate. And at first I was like, no, are you crazy? And he was like, okay, well, if you change your mind, let me know. But then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, all right. So I talked to him like a month later or whatever, and I was like, I've been thinking, and I'm like, you know what? Because they couldn't afford to pay their surrogate. Like, he'd already told me that. And I was like, look here. If you will take wedding photos for me, I will have a baby for you. And he was like, girl, I will give you free pictures for the rest of your life. And we got that in writing. Like, that, we put that one in the contract. But yeah, so we ended up becoming fast friends. It was a whole ordeal. Like, being a surrogate was crazy. They were super supportive. I loved, like, how much they how well they treated me. They were very kind, because I heard a lot of horror stories of surrogates and intended parents, okay? Like, we were on those Facebook apps, or pages at the time, and some of those surrogates were like giving us some crazy stories, and some of the intended parents were giving us some crazy stories too. Like, we're talking, some surrogates were getting ticked off that the parents didn't want them in the baby's life, but we were like, that's not your baby though. And then other ones were like mad that the intended parents weren't letting them drink milk or something, or wouldn't let them eat like meat. And I'm like, oh no. Like, I wasn't allowed to eat sushi until I was at least 21 weeks, because they were afraid the sushi would cause a miscarriage or cause problems, and which was fine. Once I hit my 21 weeks, I was back as Shoguns. Like, I love sushi. But like, anytime I was craving anything, they'd buy it for me. So like, there was a good part in like the first 3 months where all I wanted was tomato soup, from Applebee's. Like, it had to be Applebee's. So Aubrey would go and she'd buy my soup and she'd bring it to me for lunch, and it was so kind. And she was taking me out to get like pedicures and stuff, and I was like, girl, you are spoiling me. So when they came by today, I got to see the baby. He's not a baby anymore. Like, he's 6. His name's Archer. He's so cute. He looks just like them. But well, obviously he's their kid. So like, how it works is like, they took Sam's stuff and they took Aubrey's eggies and they put them together, and they took the best embryos from the batch. So the 2 best embryos, and we did the in vitro, so they put them inside my uterus, and only 1 embryo stuck. And let me tell you, that was painful, okay? Like, that was a very painful process. Like, I was squeezing her hand to bits and pieces. But she was so kind. She was like, talking to me the whole time, and we were having overall a pretty good time, considering like the pain. And then like on the way home, like, I had to lay down in the seat. Like, I wasn't allowed to move for like 24 hours or something. I had to like take it easy for a good minute, because if you jostle them too much, they might not stick to the wall. So the babies, right? So that was interesting. But yeah, I was like not feeling it. And then she's like, we're stopping for food. And I wanted like a shake, so she was getting me a shake, and it was really sweet. Yeah. Maybe like one day I'll share pictures of like the surrogate journey, because I've got like a whole ton of pictures. We had like a whole like Facebook page set up and everything. It was like crazy. There's so much other details too, but I'll spare them, but I mean, yeah, we ended up popping out a kid, and that whole process was interesting too, and now they're a family and they have their baby, and I'm like so happy for them. So I was so excited. I got to see them today, and we got to catch up, and I was like, we need to like get together more. You guys live so far away, and I was like, we need to move. We just move to like where y'all live, and then we could be neighbors. So we were laughing about that. But yeah, so and I was like, Luke doesn't ever want to move anywhere. Like we're just stuck here until we die. Oh well. But I mean, I wouldn't mind it, personally. But anyways, so yeah, and which is great because with the holidays coming up, it's nice to bump into old friends or whatever. So yeah, like that was just like it was like a little Christmas present. I was like, and then I was like, when you coming back through on the way home, y'all should come by and see me again. And she's like, well, it might be early. And I was like, yeah, I don't know, I might be sleeping. And she's like, well, I will text you. And I was like, okay, you text me. Oh, I hit my desk. And I said like, I'm gonna like wake up all groggy and be like, hello. And then like make a pot of coffee. Like y'all just come on in and we'll like perk up. And let the kids play video games and stuff. So okay. Well, I'm gonna quit yammering on. Thank you so much for stopping by today, for checking out the video. I'm sorry it's kind of a long one, but I think it's a good one. I like how it turned out. So yeah, y'all have a great one, and I will catch you later. Bye.